Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, let's get the clear side so it's clear. All right, so let's do a divine masculine check-in today, but I'm first going to start with the intimacy and see where are the counterparts in the collective regarding the masculine and feminine polarities and intimacy. So the Erotic Tarot. Thank you, Divine Creator. Let's see where the sensual edge is with these connections. What are we going to see today? What's going on for the masculines on the left, feminines on the right, connection in the middle, coming up into the future. Wow, the moon for the masculines, Ace of Pentacles, roses in the connection space, Ace of Feathers for the feminines. Ooh, and the Empress going forward. So I'm going to clarify these, but let's see what we can for the moon. So this is divine feminine energy. We've got a lot of divine feminine energy with the Empress and the moon card. Those are both the cosmic feminine and the Queen of all queens, that abundant embodiment, the every woman, take gender as it resonates. But the moon here, so get through the guidebook. So for the masculines, regarding intimacy, we have beware of deceptions. Things may not be what they seem. A fear of genuine intimacy or losing control. So masculines are still fearing real connection. There's been so much control paradigm in their sexual experiences in the past where they haven't had emotions in the mix, where they haven't had feelings for their partners, where they haven't had genuine intimacy. So the masculines are starting to realize that this can only be met with authenticity. This connection can only come together when it's on the up and up, I just heard. Let's see what we can for clarifiers. Okay, what can we see for advice for the masculines dealing with not being... Okay, so being in uncharted territory, this is bringing up a lot of deep, deep feelings because they've never actually had somebody that means this much to them, feminines. This is very sincere. So masculines, this is a beautiful thing, but it is real. It is very, very real. So it is a different kind of interaction than the objectification templates. What can we see for the masculines here? Wow, the Hangman. So they are having an epiphany that this is a completely different connection than they've had. They can't treat these connections like a karmic partner or, you know, that objectification sort of thing where they can, you know, be aloof or tell themselves that, you know, it's just XYZ. This connection is a whole different ballgame. I want to get more information on that, actually. Let's get some advice beyond that clarification and see. Actually, I'm going to also pull what would they say to the feminines right now from this point of view that this is truly a genuine connection and not what they have had in the past. I am absolutely in love with you and wait. Came out in the neutral. So it is really boing and dawning on the masculines. They actually love you. So love is felt and understood in stages, and there's some new level of awareness where they are coming to terms with the fact that no one compares to you, divine feminine. Some of the weirdness that they have exhibited on this journey is being seen for what it really is, which means, you know, their inability in the past to connect when it wasn't genuine, or this growing understanding that you offer true, real love. It's sinking in, but it's like neutral at this point so that it can integrate. For the feminines, we have Ace of Feathers, which is a card of truth emerging. It's going to be a huge, big win, a big plan, a big love. You've got the right idea, so follow your instincts and be decisive. So feminines are really onto it here. You have figured out, cracked the code, I just heard, feminines, in knowing that it's up to you who you love. And that doesn't mean pushing an ego agenda. That means you can't deny. And when you own that love, when you're receptive to it, when you allow yourself permission to know that you do love this specific person, and to allow it to make you feel good, not rejected, then you start to steer this in the beautiful direction that you want it to be. So being decisive means choosing this love and not deferring to whatever your counterpart may or may not be doing or saying. This is about you knowing. If you don't know that this is the person, if you're waiting for the person outside of you to, love you, you just want love so bad, you're hoping that someone's going to show you doggone love, then it's never going to come. These journeys in a divine way are about you knowing and being decisive as to what you want. And that's why it's big love, because it's on your terms. And that doesn't mean it's at odds with your masculine. It means that in your full heart, you choose them. You're not waiting for them to choose you. You know you love. You know who you love. You know why you love them. You know why you're worthy of love. This is why this is a big, big love, is because it teaches you to be sure. Never mind that outside of yourself person that may or may not be showing up in the physical. This is you being sure, feminines. Yes. So what can we see for what the feminines would say to the masculines about this? Actually, let's get some clarification. What else can we see? It fell on the masculine side. So the world, yeah, this is like the everything. So not only do you need to know why your person is worthy of love, but you also need to know why you are worthy and deserve love as well. Your uniqueness, your beauty, your wholeness. So this is where two people can come in and really celebrate together. What would the feminines say to the masculines here about this? Yes. So masculines, if you're like wondering, asking your feminine something about, whether they would, reject you or communicate if you reached out, or whether they would want to hang out, or whether they would, accept your proposal, whether they would yada, yada, yada. Resounding yes from the feminines here. And that's because they are becoming so decisive that they know, regardless of what's happening in the 3D or with you, they know what their truth is. They know. Okay, so Ace of Roses in the connection spot. What do we have here? In the inverse, you may experience snags or delays in the beginning due to technical or material issues. So there's something going on in the material realm. This is the Ace of Pentacles, which is a new beginning in the physical. It's kind of push start, bump start, I don't know. I mean, like, I know when you start a manual vehicle, you can push start it, but that's not quite what I'm getting here. It's like maybe that applies. Start stop in a way. It's like some ideas, something about the material realm right now, logistics, details, the negotiations that we've been seeing in recent readings. There's something that seems like it should have been able to streamline a little bit faster. But what I'm hearing here is that whatever this is, it's still teaching each other more about each other, inner workings, thought process, motivation, preferences, and that it's all good. So if something feels start-stop right now, or something feels like it has to be bomb started, then really take note that it's got a different benefit to it rather than just getting to that end goal more quickly. So let's see what each would say. Let's keep these these conversations going. What would the masculines say about this material realm issues at this time? What would the masculines say to the feminines about any material realm issues at this time? I'm obsessed with your body. So it's a good thing I'm hearing that things are not necessarily streamlining at this point, because the masculines are still working through this obsession, the sexual obsession, this intense lust, and still grounding that it's actual real love and not lust. We got that message a little bit with the moon goddess and the need for the masculines to integrate that this is an authentic connection, a genuine connection, not just this hot and heavy lust. So there's some more of this learning each other, that the material realm issues are little bits of placeholders that allow for this lust to be recognized as more than that. Love and lust are two beautiful words, but we need both, and we need to be sure that this isn't just a lust-based connection. So the masculines are learning what real love is here, and that this isn't just lust. This isn't just a fantasy. And so even though there's a lot of passion, they are still deepening in the security that allows for this to be seen for real love rather than just a fickle lust-based connection. So yeah, it's balancing out. What would the feminines say to the masculines? Ooh, you matter, I am ready. So we've got this I am ready in the reverse, which can mean, oh wow, I think we should slow down, and I meant what I said in the inverse. So feminines want you to know, masculines, that you matter so much, but there are still some logistics that they're working on. Remember, feminines are saying a resounding yes. They are choosing you, masculines, but there are some material realm issues that the feminines are still dealing with that are preventing them from being able to take a full leap of faith. But this is also trust building, because if you stick with them, if you show up emotionally through this process and don't take it personally, because after all, they are choosing you, if you can just stride with this, masculines, you will win their heart forever, I just heard. And I have so much desire for you. So it's not a matter of the feminines not having desire, masculines. It's just they're not quite ready, because there's some things in the material realm that are not quite settled yet. Okay, so the Empress going forward in the inverse like this, what's coming up. So that does represent abundance and many other things. But okay, look after your sexual health. Wholesomeness can get a little wearing. You may need to escape a devouring creative block or person. Okay, so this is about balance right now. When we're looking at the sexual connection, it kind of, gives us the spectrum. Too much wholesomeness can be exhausting in a way, but also there may need to be an escape from a creative block or person. So devouring people, if there are third parties involved or doing too much of anything and not enough sexual balance, it does appear that there's going to be some negotiations coming into the future with regard to these material realm holdups. There's going to be some kind of a new way of approaching the sexual health of the connection. So, advice: expect and provide a loving encounter. Nurture your creativity. Take time to allow a situation to develop. Care for your body. Nourish your mind and soul with art and beauty. Accept all invitations. So yeah, it does look like one or the other will be inviting the other counterpart in some invitation. And that this is a necessity here to be showing each other the genuine needs. So it's not about, these waylaid material realm things. It looks like each counterpart is going to be very vulnerable and ask for when they really need the other to communicate, to meet up, whatever it may be. So you don't have to do anything that doesn't feel right to you, but this is a chance to build trust is what I'm seeing, especially with the sexual connection. So it's going to vary for every divine couple here, but play it by ear with your own, because things are deepening and there is a priority from the feminines that even though something in the material realm isn't totally free flow, that you divine masculines are the priority. This is trust building, but it does seem to revolve around this thing coming into the physical and the physical expression of intimacy without it being all or nothing. We're starting to see the alchemy of connection being the primary focus rather than the conditionality of circumstances and whatnot. Wow, really beautiful message there. Okay, why not? Let's get some more. So what would the masculines say about this taking care of sexual health in the connection? Thank you, masculines. What would you say about this going into the future? Taking care of the sexual health in the connection. I still don't have all the sex. It came out in the reverse, and I still don't have all the answers. So the masculines are now seeing the feminines as really, really important sexually, but you know, not sure how to navigate this because they don't have all the answers and they're so drawn